Idioms. Uh, Idioms are basically English phrases that we use every single day. So these are the 10 idioms or English phrases that I use on a daily basis. So number one, beat around the bush. So beat around the bush is a very simple English phrase which tracks back to the medieval times when huntsmen used to basically hire some people to actually beat around a bush, like literally beat around the bush. And as they beat around this bush, they're trying to find the animal or prey that's within the center of the bush. They wouldn't hit directly onto the bush because then that would just infuriate or scare the animal where they would run away or either like just attack you. So basically they used to beat around the bush to get closer and closer to the prey and then pounce on it. So that's literally means to beat around a bush. Number two, get out of hand. Well, this refers to riding horses. Basically, when you're riding a horse, you are holding onto the reins. When you lose your grip onto the reins of the horse, it's got out of hand, literally out of hand. The rein has actually gone out of your hand. So that's what that phrase actually means. Number three, benefit of the doubt. What does benefit of the doubt mean? So this term was coined in the 1700s, but more used in the 1800s in more of a lawful way by judges. So the judges would give a defendant the benefit of the doubt. Let's say, for example, the judge does not necessarily know, and he does not 100% know from the facts that the person is guilty. So they are more likely to give the defendant a favorable outcome and decision, which is not guilty. So that's what benefit of the doubt, because the judge can't just suspect. He needs to be 100% sure that the person is in fact guilty. Number four, to make a long story short. It actually has no real origin to it. In fact, I've researched it and really can't find an actual backstory to it, which is quite fun to research to find that there's nothing. However, it just basically refers to just leaving out unnecessary information and just giving you the absolute necessary information that you need at that point in time for the story to make sense in its context. However, there's a vice versa to that. There's a yin yang to that, which is to make a short story long. Yeah, sounds funny. And that means you are editorializing, you are adding whatever information you want into it, really making it sound ridiculous. But perhaps some people also use it to make the story sound even more interesting than it actually is, because people are listening to a story and maybe you don't have enough content for it to be that interesting, so you're making a short story long. On to number five. The term was coined in 1721, I believe, and it was done by James Kelly Scottish, if I'm getting the name right. Anyway, he coined this proverb, and so much is done to good purpose. James Kelly's Scottish Proverbs. Right, just had to get that right. Okay, let's move on to number six. To make matters worse. I think this is fairly straightforward. It's taking an ordinary or already bad situation and just making it even more worse than what the situation already is, which is quite bad. And now you're taking it and making it worse. Number seven. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So this is basically straightforward. It means you can't have two things at once. You can have either one or the other, but you can't have both. It was coined in 1538 by Thomas, Duke of Norfolk, and it was a letter sent to Thomas Cromwell, if I'm not mistaken. This was done in 1738. So number eight is to kill two birds with one stone. Pretty straightforward. Basically means that you are able to achieve two objectives rather than one. Number nine, once in a blue moon. Well, once in a blue moon is a very interesting one because it originated when a very rare case in a month where you get 2 full moons, and so they call that second one the blue moon. So a blue moon actually happens every 32 months. It's a one occurrence that happens every 32 months. But if it happens any other time between those 32 months, it's actually a very, very rare occasion where that actually happens. So that's called a blue moon. And number 10, hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head. What does that mean? Well, this tracks back to the 16th century. It was used in a book in 1559 called the cosmographical glasses, and it's actually a construction term when building and constructing. So you have to use the right nail for its right intended purpose. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching and listening, and please like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.